Hello, welcome to the online review of the spreadsheet that we've created for tracking Autosurf sites. A lot of people are purchasing ad packs and doing daily surfing and getting paid rebates for surfing on the internet, so we thought we'd create a generic spreadsheet that allows people to analyze that and see how it will grow over time. I've got a pretty wide view of the spreadsheet right now. I'm going to go ahead and cut in a little bit tighter on one aspect of it so we can start to talk about it in detail. One of the things that's often discussed with Autosurf programs is the rebates that you get. The spreadsheet that we have here, the default way to set the rebates is you can have a different percentage for weekday and weekend rebates. So in this case we've set that at 1% and 0.5%. That's actually pretty conservative. There's a lot of packages out there that'll pay a lot higher rebates than that, but we thought we'd start with something a little more conservative, and you can change these numbers to whatever you want them to be. Also, you can get down onto the individual tabs for the individual people and set the rebates exactly to whatever they are for any particular day. The spreadsheet is set up to have potentially 7 different people in there. You have me, the top person, the person who is using the spreadsheet, potentially 2 different levels. You have 2 people that you'd sponsor at level 1, and each one of them would have 2 people at level 2. And this is for demonstration purposes, but it shows the power of the spreadsheet. Now, if you don't want to have those names, you can come over here and change the names. You can type in these blue boxes, make it whatever you want to be. When you're done, hit the Update Sheet Names button. Now, that is going to run a macro. If you do not want to run the macro, you can leave the names the way that they are. So what does the spreadsheet do? It takes the initial ad packs that you buy, whatever that amount might be. Sometimes there's promotions where you have matches where if you buy 1,000, they'll give you 250, or maybe your sponsor gets a percentage, and you can account for all of that here. If you want to add a person into the network, you simply type in the amount that they're going to start with and the day that they started on. So they start on the 15th of July, and the system will handle all the tracking of that. Now, in this particular case, the ads expire after 125%, so that would be about 144, 145 days at these rates. Then those ads would expire and drop out of your ad pack list. The next column is threshold. One of the key parameters in a system like this is when do you start taking money out. In this case, what we say is that until you have 1,000 ad packs, you're not going to take any cash out of the system. Now, cash can come from 2 different places. It can come from daily rebates. It can also come from referrals. The spreadsheet's currently set up to account for 2 different levels. And if you go down in the corner of the spreadsheet here, again, I realize it's kind of inconvenient because we're zoomed in, you can have different membership levels and different referral percentages for those levels. So you can kind of fit that into whatever system you're trying to monitor here. And then for each individual person, you can set their membership level here to be whatever level is appropriate. A lot of times there are conferences or rallies. If you're going to attend the rallies for these different AdSurf style companies, you can go ahead and set that to yes, otherwise you can leave it at no. You can also type in new money per month, and that would be, say I'm going to put $100 in the middle of the month. You could put that in there, and then that would update accordingly. The system does have some output charts. It shows how your ad packs grow over time. The blue line is your ad packs, and your orange line is the cash that comes out of the system. Okay, and you can adjust your parameters and see how this graph changes over time. And again, wherever you see a spike down, that's where an ad would be expiring. You also have charts for the individuals that are in your network, where you can see that, well, maybe this person that put $500 in, maybe they shouldn't take out such a high percentage of the money because their ad packs are not growing over time. As soon as they expire, they're not really getting anywhere. So if you want to see the growth, you could go back to the Overview tab, go up to this person and say, you know what, maybe 20% of your rebates is a little too aggressive until you sponsor somebody. If you make that 10%, and then go back to the referral chart, You can see that chart is starting to show growth over time, and that's a little more rational, and it will long-term lead to a better result. We also have a chart over here that shows the same thing numerically. At 3 months out, what was my cash? At 9 months out, what would be my cash out? 21 months, so on and so forth. This column here shows the average daily cash that this equates to, so you can kind of get a feel for how that grows over time. We also have, sometimes there's promotions that are run by the companies to get people to buy more ad packs. If you, in this case, starting on June 6th, there's a promotion that says if you buy 500 ad packs, we will give you a bonus of 25%, so you really get 625. The number of this last column refers to the number of ad packs that you have to have in your system before you would collect your daily rebates and exercise this particular special. So you can play around with this number and see how it affects the spreadsheet. I mentioned conferences earlier. You can list the conferences on here. You know, if in City A there's going to be a meeting on July 19th, you can say that if you buy 500 ad packs, you have a certain percentage bonus, a certain sponsor bonus. And this last column will say, I'm going to hold my money for 30 days prior to that conference so that I accumulate enough to meet this particular ad buy size. Last thing we'll look at is the individual person tab. I mentioned that you could go ahead and edit the percentages by day. If this particular day, let's just say that July 21st, there's going to be a 2% payout, you could change that one right there, and it would update the spreadsheet accordingly for everybody. You can also arbitrarily decide when to put new cash in the system and when to take cash out. You don't have to follow the daily thing that's been described. If you see a cell that's green, you can edit it. That's pretty much the rule for the spreadsheet. That's kind of a quick overview. Just wanted to get something out there so people could start to use the spreadsheet. If you want to know more about it, you can contact us at thespreadsheetguru@gmail.com.